Gambia nice, take a pinga hamne, if I neck a pena, oh no, no. Gambia nice, all we know is peace and love in my motherland. Gambia nice, take a pinga hamne, if I neck a pena, oh no, no. Gambia nice, all we know is peace and love in my motherland.
Okay, Gambia, that's the welcoming of Miss Zainab Hydara, the one who won the Miss Global this year, 2021, the first Gambian who won the Miss Global. This is the welcoming of her. They say as mooy kay comme mo ko do waxe rek li mooy teeru li nga ki nga xamantene mooy Miss Global ku ko jël nak muy Zainab Hydara muy the first Gambian Miss ku won competition bi. Today the 4th of November 2021 is the day that we welcomed Miss Zainab. So there she is, hugging and sharing with her fellow Miss who never went outside, but yeah, there she is, the welcoming of Miss Zainab to Gambia. Later on, we'll be having a press conference with her to ask like how she felt. Yeah, there she is. She's looking beautiful, pretty. Yeah, with her crown on the head.
You guys want me to do exactly?
She's people request her to do a catwalk for them, so she'll be doing a catwalk for those that welcome. She will doing it one more time because
Thank you guys.
the lady with the yellow is her aunt. Okay. Okay, yeah. Is it good?
If you don't smile behind there, you see your face on the video.
Welcome back home, Miss Zainab.
Oh, thank you so much.
How do you feel being back home?
I feel great because just for one thing, that Gambia, like we are now celebrating each other, which is the best thing ever that every nation dream about, and seeing that it's an example to every Gambian out there, not just in the pageant industry, but in every industry, that whoever goes and come back with something or without anything, we have to embrace for the fact that you represent our nation is a success.
How do you manage to be in the competition?
It's not an easy journey, because I was basically walking towards the journey low key. I know most of the people were not aware until the last minute, but I have few people that are present here. I won't call name, so that have been pushing me through, until I found myself in the competition. Then there are stages that we undergo until later. Gambia helped me out. Gambia voted for me. Gambia supported me. Gambia believed in me until I made it to the top 10. And later I found myself in the top 5. I nearly gave up. Most of the people that were following my status, I was like, I have given up. But then somewhere like, delete this. You know what, we're going to do this. And some uses their cars, call, text people to make sure they vote for me. And here I am. I won for Gambia.
The first time you going outside, how was it?
Actually, the competition was a tough one because everybody came from their own nationality to represent their nation. That alone is a huge thing. And probably they might not be the best in their country, but they are part of the best in their country. That is why they're choosing to represent their country. So that alone was a competition for me. And going there as a stranger, not knowing them, not knowing what is their vision and mission, not knowing what they're passionate about, just one thing, knowing that we all had the passion of pageantry, it was not an easy thing. But then the time that I first stepped in that camp, like I can say the queens that were there, everybody embraced me, everybody loved me, everybody was taking the Gambia flag, having pictures with the Gambia flag. So that alone motivated me, and the organizers were very great and kind to every queen out there.
How was the feeling like the time they call out your name to say that you're the winner?
It was very great because in a lot of international pageant competitions, like when they call the winner, most of the people are asked to go backstage. But mine is a different thing. The time they call me as a winner, like the last year's winner crowned me, and I could have been left there alone, and media coverage or people come take pictures like as people that were sitting there watching. But it was the contestants themselves that came and embraced the crown with me.
Why was that? Why was that?
I don't even know, but later I find out the Miss Global Africa, prior to the competition, they used to have an interview with each of the queens, which I was also part, to ask you who is going to be your top 3, and you have to be honest. And it came to my knowledge, all the contestants choose me first. So, then later I was asking them why. They said because, like, they love Gambia. Garing buga Gambia si bopam sa. So they love Gambia, and the wonderful thing is they are collaborating to come to Gambia here by December to visit Gambia. So that alone, I felt like this thing was not just me. Like it was because my motherland, the Gambia, was supporting me. Like it was a thing that I was doing it with Gambia. So that is why.
Okay, that's a good one. I know you're tired right now, so I get just 2 more questions. Many Gambians were saying that they were not aware of you going out to compete on a Miss competition. So what will you say to the Gambians or to the organizers so that whenever a Gambian is outside, they will be able to support?
Okay, going to such competition as well, it does not need a lot of exposure. Because, I was very scared, I have to admit, that if I go and lose, like... what will happen, Zainab here, Zainab there, what will people say, So I prefer to just make it low-key. And I had this young lady, I must attest, Auntie Aisha Steka, I call her like my mother. She fought with a lot of people in my pageant journey and in my journey as a young person. You know, she fought with a lot of people. Some will tell her she's not going to make it, but she will say that she make it or not. Man hale bi dama ko bëgga rek. So, you know, so she has been telling me, she nearly called me almost every day to ask me, baby, I'm going to leave. Baby, I'm going to leave, you know, asking me always. And I have people like Sister Majula, Hadi, Kadi Samate, and of course Bobo and my mentees, Abdul Salam and others. Baby I, Mariama Tal. I will not be able to name everybody, but these were the people that, you know, whenever I'm going for pageant, they always push me forward. And of course my youth organization, people like Lamin and others. So I felt like, okay, you know what, I had to do it within these people that believed in me. You know, because if I fail, these are the people that will still believe in me. So let me strive hard, step by step, until when I realize there's a hope for me to make it, then it can go viral, you know. And it went viral. People I was not even expecting that they will have believed in me. We are also calling, telling me, you know what, don't give up. We are going to get this crown. And which was the greatest achievement ever. And saying to all Gambians, like you said, that like nothing is permanent, that is true, like they said, but it can always be permanent if you are passionate about it. That is, if you don't give up on it. Like if you fall or you fail, keep striving, pick it up, go ahead. It's step by step. We have a lot of pageant platforms in the Gambia. Don't see any pageant platform as belittled. As far as you are passionate to change something, even 3 people are in that ground, make sure you utilize that opportunity, and whatever you are to say out, be something useful to one person or another.
Thank you. I guess you have answered my last question. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate.
Thank you.
Hello. You watch me, okay? One, yeah.
Okay, young lady, what's your name, please?
My name is Kadi Samate.
Kadi Samate, I know you're very happy right now seeing Zainab being crowned the Miss Global for the 4th time. Okay, like, how was the support?
First of all, I just want to say Alhamdulillah 3 times to thank God, because for me this is not Zainab's victory, but this is our victory. Our victory in a sense that this industry alone has been fighting a long time ago to be able to get to where we are today, excluding Zainab because she's our latest celebrity. But before Zainab, we have other queens that have also traveled, including myself, in making sure that we contribute our quota in raising the Gambian flag high. Because in 2019, myself, I was in India to represent Gambia for Miss Glamour, wherein I was Miss Personality and also made it to top 15. But aside from me, we have the likes of Mariam Cham and other queens that have also gone international to represent Gambia. But the reason why this crown and this SAS is very, very important for us is because for me and for the rest of these girls standing here today, this crown will pave ways for these young girls that are standing behind us, because we believe that this is not just our first international crown, but this is a crown that is going to make sure that the Gambian government, the stakeholders, NGOs, and everybody that needs to know that they need to support us, because we are not just beautiful girls that are wearing sashes and crowns in making sure that we are being noticed, but we are girls that are contributing a whole lot in our national development and our community development. Because Zainab is a mental health advocate, and we all know her for that even well before this pageant. And I would say that has contributed a lot to her win. Because in beauty pageant, we have what we call beauty with a purpose. And then they don't just crown an international queen just because you're beautiful, just because probably you're tall, you look like a model. That's not about it. It's the brain that works here. So beauty queens are not just girls, but they are ambassadors. And that is what the government failed to understand. So what we are telling them is that they need to notice us. They need to know that we are doing a whole lot in contributing our quota. Because myself, I have 2 major events that I organize in the Gambia. That is Miss Environment, which I partner with National Environment Agency and Ministry of Environment, and also Face of West Coast. And most of these girls here are products of that. And Zainab have been very supportive with regards to that event and everything. And at the end of the day, one of my pageants, the 50% of the profit goes to the health center. That is the Brikama Health Center. And Miss Environment is an environmental project. We partner with the National Environment Agency. At the end of the day, produce ambassadors that are going to champion environmental projects. projects, to make sure that they are contributing their quota in national development. So what is there that we're not doing, that the government is not seeing? The only thing beauty queens are asking for is for support. And this is the least they can do for us. Recognize us, support us, push these goals. To tell you the truth, Zainab did not say it, but I will say it. If you are to go for international pageant, I'm quite very sure you have a lot of issues with flight issues. Difficulties. Right now, you are a beauty queen traveling to go represent your country. You should be traveling with, business class. But I'm quite sure she came in the economic class. In the flight, she came in economic class. She should be traveling and coming in business class. But where are our government people? Where are NGOs? Where are, people that should stand and support these people? When she won, they all knew she won. They could have called to change her flight, to make it business class, but they did not. And this is what we need. Understand? If you do not support when she was going, but when you realize that she won, when Zainab won, everybody celebrated. It went viral. Isa Seka has been going in and out. She was calling me every day. I was calling her every day, to make sure that we put together, including Madula, everybody, Abdul Salam, and I cannot mention all the names. We formed a whole team. Bobo, of course, she's not here, to make sure that we're able to put up this welcoming for her. We're not just here to welcome Zainab, but we're here to send a message to the government and to everybody out there to know that beauty queens are ambassadors. And we are doing immensely to the development of this country. And they need to recognize that. It's high time they do that. Because if not, we will knock their doors. And when we do, it might not be good because these crowns are too beautiful. So thank you.
Okay, young lady, what's your name, please?
I'm Aissatou Seka.
Aissatou, you were saying that the government did something for her which was not clear. Can you please make it clear?
Yeah, as you all know, Zainab is a national queen. She won the Miss Nakov 2017, and since then, because of the pandemic, we could not have Miss Nakov 2019. So we know that National Youth Council is the body responsible to coordinate, monitor, and implement the activities of the young people in the Gambia, where she contested out of over 54 constituencies in the Gambia. She represented KM and won the beauty pageant. So from that, we were able to identify her as our national queen. So as I always say, we only have one national queen for the youths, which is Zainab. And the first day that I set my eye on Zainab, I saw the potential in her. And I know that this is not a surprise to me. Maybe to others it's a surprise, but to me it's not a surprise because this is something that I've been seeing from her from day one, because she put the commitment in. She's very committed and very dedicated to anything that she wants. But God decides sometimes, but this is not a surprise totally. The National Youth Council was able to get her flight ticket, and we are also working on a lot of other logistics for her. It's not that the government is neglecting them. The National Youth Council is not only here to advocate, but we know that Zainab, since after the pageant, she has been advocating for mental health, which is her passion, and we know it's her passion. And all what we do is advocate. So since then, we have been supporting her. She has a foundation, which most of the beauty queens don't have. After the pageant, she believed in her advocacy and went ahead and formed her own foundation and registered with the National Youth Council. So when we knew that she was going in for this beauty pageant, the organizers sent an invitation to National Youth Council and invited her to the beauty pageant. So from there, we took it up on us and bought her flight ticket and do all the logistics. And from here, I'm sure that Gambia will see what the government of the Gambia is doing for Zainab. We are not letting her go. Thank you.
We the media are watching, yeah? Thank you. Media
Nani? Acha jitu legal sekarang. Hey, take it easy. Wow. Ñeneen lañ bëgg a am tamit.
Oh no, no, Gambian eyes. All we know is peace and love in my motherland. Oh, Gambian eyes. Take a pina hamne. Never neck a pena. Oh no, no, Gambian eyes. All we know is peace and love in my motherland.
Ewo suba jeni ruyo mburo nyebe gisiste indugi nyugadu sen panye Ponori lobby sen morning show woka si jobi nyi jobu dem kampe Teki chama nyun hamu nyo hare bo nityangi gada di magre dem bagwe si football nyun nyofi jendare bo kunyu try si chatin nyu ganye Teki haman te nidu lo papers pu talk of his mayan te nidu lo halis pu bibi face Boy the six ante cheat ante nahan te strana yu makia fi daha chill Chape Gambian nice, Paris rock muna doh lulen spoil my sen makeup ye Ipadu Gambian nice, they send ham fashion lulen spoil my sen tanga ye
nice. Take a pina hamne. Never neck a pena. Oh no, no, Gambia nice. All we know is peace and love in my motherland. Oh, Gambia nice. Take a pina hamne. Never neck a pena. Oh no, no, Gambia nice. All we know is peace and love in my motherland.
try to tell me some morom yëpp a tekki sa mbatax ñeen ak seen jabar but yaa ngi toog fii booy rab du job fii toog di dal mel ni sabar bu nga yaxal suma der du ma xoote ko ni sagar ñu ne mbooloo mooy doole nañ leen ñu jaxasoo ni dread locks doon yi rek comme waxuma kawar Gambia nice su ngoonee ceppe yi sangu sol seen tights Gambia nice su guddi du timis nawet dem romba off the light Gambia nice ñu fi daxas leng dem musu ñoo dem states Gambia nice ñu fi ëpp alal ñoo fi gën a bari court cases
All we know is peace and love in my motherland. Gambia nice, take a being a family. Never never been oh no no. Gambia nice. All we know is peace and love in my motherland. Ukonyama koha, Gambia sunyewe. Filele pudi hewe, Gambia de kufanai. Filo jamu jisahi,